I haven't played Tarkov since 2023, and I jumped in today to play PvE because I'm too employed to play against sweats. And boy, Customs has gotten so many upgrades. It feels like every building can be entered now. That factory by the dead man with the unknown key, it was locked up for years. Now, wide open and full of environmental storytelling. For context, I started playing Tarkov late 2016 and played almost every day for 7 years. Before interchange, before reserve, before half the guns and optics existed. So watching buildings that sat untouched for years suddenly open up, I genuinely never thought BSG was going to do it. But I passed through my first time because I needed to get out with what I had, so I didn't even get to explore. Why? Well, even on PvE, Tarkov is hard as hell. And honestly, I think Tarkov might be the ultimate horror game. Hear me out. I love Resident Evil, Silent Hill, the whole genre. And those games can genuinely scare you the first couple playthroughs. Jump scares, creepy atmosphere, the panic of being low on ammo in enemy territory. But after a few runs, you know what's coming. The fear fades. Tarkov never lets that fear fade. Every match is different. You never know if you're loading in against a squad of level 69 sweats, or a boss who's about to one-tap you from across a field with zero cover. Sometimes you get lucky. Raid after raid, head tap after head tap, you're untouchable. Then the tide shifts. You're eating grenades, getting clipped from angles you didn't even know existed, watching millions of rubles evaporate, sitting at the trader screen wondering if armor is even worth buying because you're getting shredded anyway. That is true horror. So yeah, I passed through some of the new areas and didn't stick around because, don't judge me, I was scared. I admit it, not ashamed. And honestly, I love that feeling. The safe kind of fear. Doors locked, controller in hand, heart still pounding. But the reason I'm bringing all this up is because of what I noticed in those new areas. The art, the details. Because if there's one thing BSG is unmatched at, it's making the world feel real. Most FPS games don't even try with environmental storytelling. DayZ is cool, but most buildings feel like copy-pasted assets. Call of Duty Campaign has a lot of interesting storytelling, but it's all linear and spelled out for you through cutscenes, messages, and dialogue. Tarkov took notes from games like Resident Evil, scratch marks, bullet holes, dried blood, graffiti, shrines. You walk into a room and you can feel that something happened there. Nobody tells you what, you just know. And that's the thing. BSG does all this storytelling with no cutscenes, no voiceovers, no glowing waypoints telling you, go here next. There's no HUD map. Some of the most important items in the game are tucked into spots so obscure you basically have to Google them. The game refuses to hold your hand, and I think that's exactly why the world hits as hard as it does. You're not being told a story, you're piecing one together. And through every wipe, every expansion, every new map and gun and mechanic, they've kept that spirit consistent. That's rare. Most live service games drift. Tarkov hasn't. Which is why, despite the lackluster Steam ratings, I genuinely recommend this game, but with a huge asterisk. It's not for casual arcade shooter players. If your reference point is Call of Duty or Apex, Tarkov is going to feel hostile. Some of the best ranked players in arcade shooters have tried Tarkov and struggled, because the skill floor isn't twitch aim, it's everything else. You can't run over a downed enemy and auto pick up their gear. You have to actually loot them, piece by piece, while exposed. You have to manually load magazines. You have to check magazines to know how many rounds are in them. Stuff that sounds tedious on paper becomes the entire texture of the game once you're in it. Tarkov is for sim shooter fans. Hardcore shooter fans. People who actively want to be challenged and humbled. If that's you, there's nothing else like it.